I thought, I need to make a decision whether I'm going to run with this. And I decided my notice is 4 weeks. So I'm going to hand it in. I'm going to leave with the view to do this full time because I don't know what's going to happen, if this is going to turn into a business or what. But if I don't take the chance now, and it's going to get burned around me because everyone's complaining about how slow it is and they're getting really annoyed about it and the reviews were turning really bad. So I handed my notice in, did it full time, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger. And then a lady messaged me and said, "Oh, do you stock SLSA?" And I was like, "No, we literally have molds. That is all we have. We only have molds." And she said, "Oh, I use SLSA, and I think the majority of your customers do as well. I'd rather get it from you at the same time and save on shipping." So I was like, "Okay, I'll have a look into getting some SLSA." So I got SLSA, and somebody else tapped me on the shoulder. "I don't suppose you do the white SLS free bases from Stevenson's, do you?" I'm like, "Okay, we'll get that in." And so the business was formed basically by request. So we became a service that was made by the customers because they told us what we wanted, we stocked it, and they bought it, and it worked really well. So at this point, when I started doing Soak full time, I'd had a big outhouse building in the garden, and it was like a chicken coop. It was like a big garage, but it was where the chickens used to go to rest. And what I did was I partitioned it off, so I gave a third to the chickens. I cleaned and boarded and insulated the other two thirds. So I was literally like neighbouring with the chickens in the coop, and it was literally like a chicken coop, and that's where the business started. From there, I had the chicken coop and my garage and my spare room and my lounge, and then it got too much. So I bought a 40-foot shipping container and I put that in my garden, changed the chicken coop area to like big base stock type things, and did day-to-day orders and measured out dyes and fragrances and stuff from the shipping container. Then COVID hit and it got busier and busier and busier. So we got Unit 18 on King Street Industrial Estate. We was there about 9 months and filled it to the roof and was like, this is it's still growing. We need more space. So then we got this one as well, which is double the size of that. And now we work from this unit, 3B, and 18 is for storage. So we registered as a business in December 2018, so right at the end of 18. I started the molds in about the March and left my position about March, April, May in 19. Then COVID must have come within a year after that. Then there was probably, did COVID finish about 2022? So through the majority of COVID, I was in the shipping container in the garden. And then in the August 22, I got the first unit. And I think it was 9 months later, I got the second unit. We've never had a normal year. So we don't know what normal is now because the first year was sort of winging it and just seeing how it goes, and it was growing. Then COVID was 2 years of that, which affected sales. Then we had the year after that where this COVID attracted loads of people, hobbyists and small makers, because they were furloughed, they were saving money because they weren't going out paying parking, they weren't eating out, they weren't going to the cinema, they weren't taking the kids out. They had a lot. I think people were worried originally that they would have no money, but generally people were probably a little bit more comfortable through COVID, especially the amount of grants and support that the government put out. So we had all of that sort of new customers. Then the year after that burst, that COVID bubble burst, and it kind of plateaued a bit. So that year was really strange. In amongst all of that, we had Brexit, and then after that, we had a lot of things with China that were affecting citric and stuff. So citric went from like £30 a bag to like £120 a bag, literally overnight. And there was the whole SLSA gate where it just stopped being made for no reason and nobody was making it, and that was really hard to get hold of. So yeah, we haven't had a normal year